It was one of those days when the nation felt divided, headlines blaring with bitterness, and the air thick with tension in Washington, D.C. The kind of day where it seemed like every debate was a battle, every disagreement a war. In the heart of the Capitol, an unexpected storm was brewing, not on the weather map, but in the halls of justice. At the center of it all stood Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, known for her fierce advocacy, sharp wit, and unapologetic honesty. And across the chamber, in an unusual and frankly bizarre turn of events, Chief Justice John Roberts was about to pass a ruling no one saw coming. The courtroom was packed, murmurs rising as Roberts, a man known for his calm demeanor and careful words, announced an unprecedented personal fine. Congresswoman Crockett, for repeated contempt and disregard for this court's decorum, you are hereby fined $200,000. Gasps filled the room. Cameras flashed. Commentators were already typing out their scathing critiques. It wasn't just about the fine. It was a message, a power play. And yet, Jasmine stood unshaken, her expression unreadable. A reporter whispered, "What's she gonna say? Surely she'll lash out." But when Jasmine finally spoke, the room fell silent. Her voice was steady, low, but it carried to the furthest corner. "Your Honor," she began, "I could stand here and argue. I could storm out, fire off a statement, rally my supporters. That would be easy, but life's bigger than this room, and so are the people we serve." She reached in her bag and pulled out a weathered photo, a young girl standing barefoot in a dusty Texas yard, eyes full of quiet hope. "This was me," Jasmine continued. "I grew up with nothing. No silver spoons, no connections. My mother worked 3 jobs so I could get to where I stand today. I know what $200,000 means. It's clean drinking water in Flint. It's storm relief in Louisiana. It's medicine for a veteran in Detroit." The room held its breath. "So, I'll pay your fine," Jasmine declared. "But not to this court. I'll match it and donate every cent to the communities you forgot when you made this ruling." There was a shift in the air, like the whole room exhaled at once. Even Roberts, a man whose face rarely betrayed emotion, felt something crack within. But then came the twist no one expected. As Jasmine turned to leave, an aide rushed in with a folder. Newly surfaced evidence. A clerical error so significant it invalidated the charges against her. The fine, the ruling, the entire proceeding, it was null and void. Silence again. Everyone waited for Jasmine's reaction. She could have gloated, could have demanded an apology, could have taken a victory lap on the evening news. Instead, she walked back to the podium. "You know what?" she said, smiling softly. "The donation still stands. Because whether or not you find me, people still need help. And we're only as strong as the hand we extend to others." Chief Justice Roberts, a man forged in decades of law and order, felt something he hadn't in years. Tears welling at the corner of his eyes. It wasn't about politics anymore. It wasn't about power. It was about people. After court adjourned, Roberts approached Jasmine privately. "I misjudged you," he admitted, his voice rough with emotion. "I thought I was teaching you a lesson in humility. Turns out you taught me one in humanity." And in that small, quiet moment, 2 unlikely figures in a divided nation found common ground, not in agreement, but in decency. The story spread like wildfire, not because of scandal, but because of grace. Across the U.S., the UK, Canada, and beyond, people shared the story not for the drama, but for the reminder it carried, that in a world quick to condemn, compassion is still revolutionary. And sometimes, the most powerful verdict isn't the one handed down by a gavel, but the one we deliver through kindness. Final thought. No matter how loud the world gets, how sharp the divisions grow, there's still room for grace. And one act of compassion can echo further than 1,000 declarations of judgment. Would you like me to narrate this in a spoken style script too? I could tailor it for podcast, YouTube narration, or audiobook style if you'd like.